Alright, so in the last lesson we looked at compressor, and in this lesson we're going to take a look at EQ. So I've kind of already explained to you what the equalizer actually does, and it's just going to boost certain frequency ranges. So if I wanted to have more bass in my tone, I would increase the gain of the bass, and you would see maybe this portion right here would kind of increase. And the same goes for the mids, the treble, and this would be like the presence. Everything would get boosted with respect to that frequency range. So let's go take a look at this right now and play around with it. Alright, so here's our equalizer. And again, I kind of went over this already in another lesson on the amp settings. This is kind of just kind of an overview of that, I guess you could say. Anyway, here's my dry signal. And then if I take the lower frequencies and increase them, I can adjust where it's going to be at too. So if I just want some lower frequencies here, it gives me a little bit more, although you can't really hear it too much because it's a higher frequency sound. Let's do it with a lower note. So that pretty much cuts all the lower frequencies out, and that gives it a lot more body. And then the same thing applies with the mid frequencies. Let's take this back to here. With this one, it doesn't look like you can adjust the Q value. The Q value would just be how wide you want this curve. So right now it's got kind of I think a smaller Q value, and a larger one would have, it might start to curve out here and then go all the way down like that. So that's what the Q value would kind of do. Here's more of the treble frequencies. And then if I want to add more presence, just add something like this. Scoot it back. Yeah, let's throw some more bass in there. I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of the basics of how to use an equalizer. It's really just kind of tuning it by ear. If you think you have too much bass in your sound, go ahead and remove some of the bass frequencies. You can actually do a complete cut like that. I don't recommend cutting that much of the frequencies, but you can completely remove any sort of frequencies out of any signal that you want to. Maybe you didn't like these frequencies here, so if you just did that, then you don't have any of those treble frequencies, but you still have the higher presence frequencies. So that's the equalizer. Alright, so that was EQ. In the next lesson, we're going to take a look at another very important thing, and that is the noise gate. I'll see you guys there.